Well, it looks like this campaign just got extended. A generous subscriber has offered us the opportunity to play through the remainder of the campaign with the Alien Hunters and Shen's Last Gift DLCs. Now, a lot of the content that comes along with these won't be applicable until the next campaign. I think any of the new mission content should be on hold until we venture on into a future initiative for the XCOM, potentially on the highest difficulty. But for right now, we do get to play around with some aspects of this DLC. Namely, we're going to be enabling the Alien Hunters gameplay, adding new enemies, along with new weapons, armor, and items. Seems very cool. Hopefully we don't feel too set back by doing this after the fact. If all the new enemies pop up, assuming you have the better items, it kind of feels pretty bad. But you know, we'll see what it entails. I really don't know. And then of course on top of that we've got the Shen's Last Gift. Yep, it's a new campaign for that as well. So we are going to be unlocking this. That means a new XCOM soldier class. That's right, we got robots, and we're looking forward to it. So we'll see what that entails. I guess I can, next time I have like an open space, I can maybe consider, like, you know, how much it costs to build stuff and if there's any new buildings that we need to change our plans around. But right now I'm seeing a robot and I'm liking it. Oh, we got little trophies here. I don't know if this was here before and I was blind, but you can actually see how many of these different guys you've taken down. 71 lost. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that number's going to keep adding up, I'm sure. Only recently started seeing Vipers. We're already taking down 4 of those. It's pretty cool as well. But yeah, you know, robot shiny stuff. And yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe that's the Alien Hunter stuff. Maybe that's like our trophies. Kind of cool. Alright, anyways, without further ado, I'd like to get things underway. I don't want this to be like another 2-hour episode of me fumbling around. So yeah, we'll see what happens as we head to the bridge. I believe we're going to be heading off on another mission. We were scanning for alien alloys, and we have a covert operation down to the south, but it's the guerrilla tactics that we have to be most worried about. I think we're going to be going to this one here, as I recall. Yes, Operation Demon Gods. Recovering an item from the Resistance Haven. It's moderate difficulty, 82 intel, and it counters that hidden dark event. Does leave the others on the table. I think there was like a nice potential to go in and get ourselves a sharpshooter. Sergeant's pretty high class, but honestly this dark event isn't that important to us, and most importantly, difficult just sounds harrowing at this stage. We're not at our strongest. We need to kind of build ourselves up, and I think that this is going to be our best option. So we're going to recover an item. We'll just have to see what that item is as we go a little bit deeper into Operation Demon Gods. Alright, Mancini's doing pretty good. He's a very solid addition to the team here as a Grenadier. Then we got, right now, just a Skirmisher and Ranger. We're feeling confident. And I think Butler's actually more outclassing Mancini, so she's going to be our point person in terms of Grenadiering. And that would leave potentially Hasagawa. As far as just checking will values right now, it looks like Mox is a little worn down. We'll go ahead and see if there's any other options, but I think he's going to be our best bet regardless, especially for a mission of this importance. We're looking it over. We do have a bond mate available for Jackson, so if we run Jackson Weber, we'd have a nice little pairing here, but it would mean we're most likely subbing out Hasagawa. One option we do have is subbing out both Mox and Hasagawa, our specialist, and then in that case we could then be bringing in our Ranger and a specialist here. So basically we'd be running double Ranger with Endo and Jackson, and we'd see what they can do. Now we did also improve her movement speed here, 13 mobility for Jackson. I'm curious if that can make a positive impact. And the extra oomph with the bondmate, the fact that they have their full willpower, I'm kind of leaning towards bringing these in. That said, Mox is a lieutenant. He's got 8 health, he's got 81 accuracy, Jackson's only got 68. Of course, it doesn't really matter as much for a ranger, but you know, it really comes down to what we feel we need for this mission. I like the different tools that Mox has available. He's got a lot of cool grapple mechanics. He's got, you know, just a lot of good stuff. So I think for this mission in particular, with moderate difficulty and it being a guerrilla operation that we cannot really afford to lose, I'm going to go ahead and stick with these. We're also missing like some key pieces, but next mission, I'm confident that I would really like to see these two in action. So I'll hold off for right now. We'll keep the starting crew as is, but I would really like to see that pairing go forward into our next mission. So let's go back into it. Let's go ahead and unequip barracks. This is a great, very helpful button for getting all the stuff we want. Onto these guys. So as far as flashbang, currently here on Mancini, which seems fine to me. Mox, I mean, he's all equipped, right? So we don't have a sharpshooter, so we don't have to worry about the fact that their weapon isn't upgraded. Hasagawa was definitely going to go for the medkit. I kind of feel like Mancini actually might be wanting the nanoscale, just because he is only sitting at 5 health, and he has been doing pretty well before, but you know, something that you kind of have to determine their value on is their acumen, their above average intelligence, etc. And Mancini has been performing well thematically throughout the roles. It makes it feel like he's a fast learner, but he's pretty standard overall. And a pretty standard squatty is probably not somebody I'm going to be worrying too much about putting the extra armor on. So we'll just go with what we have. And yeah, I think it'll be okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think a frag seems fine. The mind shield sounds good too. Just because she's going to be up close personal, and we don't want like her to be suffering mind control effects when she's trying to kill the sectoid that's causing people trouble. This seems fine. I really am only debating if I want to add in a smoke grenade and add in the extra health buffer, because, you know, 5 health is not a lot, but I think we're going to be okay. We're just going to have to lean into it, play aggressive, and yeah, play smart more than anything. As far as modifiers, I'm sure we've got an improved cannon here that we can bring in, so we'll be utilizing that. Mag rifle, just using the already improved one. Not bad at all. Now, as far as other improvements, I think we did get an extra scope. If I remember correctly, but not sure who would even need that right now, I guess. As far as I can tell, these are already have like, yeah, this is like the laser sight. Yeah, trying to visually detect what we're actually looking at here. This guy's got a scope already. Okay. Oh, there's this little icon here. Okay, that helps a lot. So we could switch out. We could say the mag cannon that she's running could instead have, instead of a laser sight, go for the scope. I think that's... Okay, I didn't actually get a scope. Alright, not talking about anything. Whatever. Let's get it on. Without further ado, Operation Demon Gods.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Squad green to deploy.
Not too green, I hope. We got a war to win. So yeah, I'm curious what this DLC adds. I really didn't look into it basically at all. So if there's some... I think the Chosen already kind of shows us a big threat. So if there's any new aliens or elite versions of current aliens that I have to worry about, that might be a little precarious, but you know, we'll see. Maybe it's just exactly the same.
Local resistance forces in this this area managed to seize control of an Advent data vault holding files tied to the alien operation we picked up on. The aliens weren't about to let it go that easy. They overran the site, recapturing the data and killing everyone they found. We're not going to let that stop us. Move to secure the area, neutralize all enemy contacts, and recover the assets.
Genetic sequencing data. That's pretty cool. At a gas station, no less. I don't really want genetic sequencing data from a gas station. You guys can keep that. Alrighty.
Menace 1-5. We've got a bead on the Advent data vault near your position.
Alright, 7
Self-detonating charges are in place
turns.
at the
So
target.
this is where we didn't go for the timer thingy.
Extract the package
We
before
are
its
going to be
contents
playing
are
timed.
destroyed.
Yeah, there's that one really, I think, really potent covert order from the Reapers that allows us to play without the timer until we can break concealment. But we didn't go for that option. Went for something else for this month. And oh yeah, I think Shredder. We have double shredding potential, which is cool. However, in the meantime, that means that we are going to be having to play a bit faster than we'd normally like to. So we'll have to keep that in mind. 7 turns is still quite a bit, though, for that distance. I think we'll be okay. We just have to play really smart as we approach. Is this dude really blocking? Dude! But you just had a spaceship just landed next to you. Can you move away from the pipe? Come on. Alright. Okay, so nobody's really faster than anybody else. If we want to play some leapfrog, it's going to be Hasegawa pushing up. Let's find a nice spot for her. Let's just move towards the objective. If we're expecting enemies, there might be some over here. I'm not really expecting too much in this area. Yeah. Cactuses. I would really like to take this roof. This roof. Well, I guess you can't. I guess you can like grappling hook from this roof to that one. So there's some value in it for sure. All right. Well, we'll do the smart thing. We'll just hop over here.
Closing on target position now.
Hasegawa, afraid of the Chosen. Hopefully that doesn't become an issue. Alright, so they're spies to an extent. They're not actively looking for anybody. But we're not allowed to, they're gonna like, be like, freaking out and alerting our presence if, we happen to get too close. So we'll keep that in mind. Seems like a great spot. I like this one a lot. So the question becomes, who do we want there? Because whoever's there is like a point person. And it looks like everybody but Mox can get there. So it really comes down to... I guess it allows us to keep Mancini back a bit. Because... well, we'll do an attack and we can't hunker down or anything. Yeah, I don't think we're engaging just yet, so I'm okay with this. Somebody would tell me this is a stupid yellow move, but... we're here. We're concealed. It's fine. What's the chances of them just walking right into us right now? Alright, so I'm curious if between all of this we can sneak by and get closer to our objective before we break concealment. I think that's our goal, but whether or not it's realistic is another thing entirely. This is this guy's favorite storm drain. And she just chills there. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm okay with taking this perimeter. I do not think we're really clashing with them this turn, but I guess you never know. Wild Child needs to be in the most aggressive position possible. The question is it too aggressive to be here? Is really the question. And I think yes, because we're close to red. We're close to some red dots. We could very well be walking into something. So we'll just do this. Ears open. Okay, we should be okay. As long as they don't go hard right, like, I think there's a window. There's no door or anything here anyways. We won't be in range. So yeah, I'd like to avoid this patrol entirely. It is quite possible that after we break concealment they are chasing us down, but my goal would be to not engage with them. The trick, though, is we still have to move past all this stuff. We have hack available, but we're not close enough to it. Alright, I think the best thing I can do is push up a bit and see what is going on over in this area. What is going on over in this area? I wish it didn't always fade out the walls, but what is that, dude? Is that Sammy Soap? The Advent Hygiene Agent? Is this where they're getting their genetic sequencing from? I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at. So this says it's bad, but I actually don't think so. It's just only if we get break out of concealment that it's bad to be there. Really comes down to what's around these corners, right? But if this patrol is here, I don't think somebody's like right over their shoulder. There is a possibility that there's like something over here. So I'm gonna go for it. Maybe stupid. Okay, it's okay. Alright, and now we know. And now we know exactly what we're getting into. So as long as we don't run into that, it'll be okay. I think that's basically all the major threats in this area. There might be like another pack over here, but yeah, I think this gives us some good intel. So let's hang out over here. As long as they don't expose our flank, which I don't think their movement is by like the patrol patterns by default would, I think we're okay. So let's just get in position to open next turn, because I do not think we're going to be... Okay, we have to be careful how she moves, because random peoples. Alright, this is cool, because this is like... So really, realistically, this is about as far as she can run. It's like, this is about as far forward as she can. This is not much different, and it's already in cover from the hostiles we see. So I kind of like that option. Not bad either, being over here. It really comes down to if this pod... Well, this pod's definitely getting engaged if we break concealment, so actually I'm kind of afraid of them just blasting us from the side. We need to move away from them, for sure. I don't even know if we can really get out of sight radius of them by the time we engage over here, but well, we've got to try something. Alright, so Butler could push all the way up here, could be behind the cactus. I like that. Anybody can be behind the cactus, that's fine. Mox. I like Mox being a little bit closer to the action. Let's just check grapple rooftops real quick. Yes, that's it. Use your hook shot to get on top of mini semi. Alright, this seems good for Mox. He wants to be close-ish to the action. I think he can do some good openers here. And then Butler can cover the side. So I'm trying to think, like, if I were out... No, it's too exposed if they walk towards me. I was going to say, if I was, like, here and then I, like, move next turn, where can I get to next turn with a move and then an attack? But realistically, that's not going to be that impactful for us because of the exposure risk. Like, I could theoretically go here, and that's okay, but again, I'm trying to keep my distance from them. So maybe I should be looking at this kind of stuff instead as cover. They're going to play on this building. We're going to frag them, or we're going to drop lots of grenades on them. It's going to be great. Yeah, I don't want to be too exposed. The main thing is just don't get flanked. So let's see what happens. Come on over. Alright. So... what do we have for grapple targets now? We have this rooftop. Probably not going to want to go there. Improvised explosive. Could do a lot of damage to this mech outright. I like that as a potential opener as well. But I could just nade them all and be pretty happy about that too. Alright, so let's just see what this hack has to offer. It doesn't cost us anything to just look. Map alert, small supply cache, large supply cache. Doesn't really seem to matter. We can go for it if we're not too worried about stuff. Who parks like this? Who just brought their Tron cycle, light cycle over here and just said, you know, this is a good random corner in the middle of medians and such. I don't know. I got 5 turns. Pushing up to here feels pretty good. 100% out of stealth. So she's not going to get revealed because she's a phantom. So I actually don't have to worry about her move at all. She can certainly react. I think I definitely want him to be in this position. Because this is like the best he can do. And I'm either... and then maybe I can overwatch him. So what's his shots right now? Pretty high, right? 86, 84. You don't take an overwatch penalty for doing overwatch and concealment. So that should be good. So I think I could see myself using Butler's frag to start things off. Ideally hitting that explosion canister as well. But I don't realistically think that there's a good position for her to do that, so I think it's just going to be from here. She's in half cover right now, which is not ideal. Then he can like... so he can Wrath in without... so he could Wrath in, theoretically, Whiplash as an attack, then grapple up to high ground and then shoot from there. So Skirmisher can do a lot if he's got cooldowns for it. That's kind of cool. But first things first, we gotta start this fight. So... yeah, I've been thinking about this quite a bit. I think my best option is going to be to overwatch 2 characters, grenade with a 3rd, and then have the other 2 get free actions. I think that makes sense, but it also has inherent risks for sure. I'm mostly worried about putting Hasegawa these 2 characters right next to this low cover position. But I don't really see a good alternative based on where I'm at right now. Yeah, I guess I also want to try to make sure that I'm as far away from that as possible. So like, if I was not concealed, would I feel like I'm going to get revealed by them? Not currently. But it very quickly could turn against me. So I guess pushing up is definitely my best option. Then we'll check the hit rates from there. No hit rates at all. So we definitely want to keep her actions available for post launch, I guess. So really, my options are keep this guy open or just do the concealment, overwatch, big damage. So yeah, I'm thinking, I mean, his flashbang is super nice too for eliminating threats, but I just think like his concealment can just straight up give him a kill. Or sorry, his overwatch, because he'll be damaged already, and he's got like 86+% on these guys. So yeah, we're gonna go overwatch on him. We're gonna be launching the fire grenade, and we'll play it from there. And I don't know if this... oh, and we can break some cover here. It's a little tough because we still want to hit the robot. Might be good.
Get ready for a surprise.
Here we go.
We're spotted.
Blast him. Yeah, robot down. So I don't have to worry about the AoE damage, the rockets anymore. And now we've got plenty of actions to take. So let's see Mox. I think his turn is the most interesting. Can he like go over there and wrath him, or is it low percentage now? He can only grapple to high areas. Wondering if he's here, does he have line of sight down in there? My interpretation is yes, but I don't know if there's like a... the game has an understanding of how tall doors are and stuff like that. Maybe yeah, maybe this is better than a move action. But then he's up here, and he's gonna have to move anyways. We'll try this. Alright, he still sees only one, so he can now move into this position. It's not flank, it is flanking if he goes here, right? Oh, he's only flanking one of the two. It's kinda odd. I feel like that's a flank on both. What's this dude doing? Alrighty. So I'm only flanking one. Oh, it shows the yellow marker which one it is. So it's really weird to me that he's flanking this one and not this one. From this position. Maybe you guys can agree or disagree, but like... obviously, this will flank either of them. But the fact that this only flanks one of the two doesn't make much sense to me, because they're both on the same row here. I think it's... yeah. There's a few ways I could explain it, but either way, this is what I want to do. He's going to move in here. Hopefully not find more enemies. And then he can do his little wrath, or he could just go for some shots. 5 to 6 feels pretty good, but it is very exposed from anybody who happens to patrol in. But if they happen to patrol in, they're not going to act, right? I'm sure there might be enemies that are exceptions to that in the future, but for right now... oh, she's concealed. Still, she could just do like a shadow strike. She's only 3 to 5 damage even with... like, she gets accuracy and critical strike chance from Shadow Step, right? 25% bonus crit. It says while concealed. So... there's really no way that she can get closer to make sure this is like more guaranteed. So our three options here. We can't really do anything with her. She's not close enough to take a shot. She can move up, and that's it. We can go for Sword Slash, which will 2/3 of the time kill, and then get the crit chance, which will be another 1/3 of the time. So pretty likely. Mathematically, I would say it's about as good as just getting the 79%. Or I could do like... whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought it was melee. A free attack with an electric lash. Double damage to robotic units. It's got a cooldown, but does not cost an action, right? Well, we gotta go for it then, right? Whiplash. Missed. Okay. That's okay. Oh, literally, okay, it's not a cooldown, it's a single charge. Okay, good to know. I feel like that should just be listed somewhere, but it's fine. Alright, so I have already moved up. I've got a single action left. I gotta go for the flank shot here. There's no doubt about it. So we'll take him down. Nice and clean. And I wish I knew if Shadow Step would allow this slash ability to get crit. Like, oh, it says Shadow Strike, weapon crit, so that's why it is 35%, where it normally wouldn't be. Which is good to know. And then... or because he's probably going for melee, she can Overwatch? I was going to have her do the hack. Let's see what happens with this first. So our options are either attack the low cover position for 79%, or go for the guaranteed hit on the sword slash, but it pushes us up a bit further, and more importantly, it's not a guaranteed kill. 66% to roll damage effectively, and then another 35% to do that. Adding those numbers up, you'd be over 100, but obviously that's not how the math works. That being said, the chance of both of those failing, I think, is better than 80%. Or better than 20 whatever percent. Slash attack. Let's go. It's sword time.
I'm busted.
Chopped 'em.
X-ray neutralized.
Alright, and with that, I'm comfortable going for the hack if it doesn't ruin everything. If it gives every enemy on the map activate, if it activates every enemy on the map, that could be pretty bad. Any nearby enemy groups being alerted to your position. That's interesting. Interesting. Feedback effect. Oh, that. Okay. Oh, so if either one of these fails, so this is a 50-50. Now it's 74. Ah, interesting. Is it worth the supplies? Yeah, might as well try it. Woo! Yeah, that would be stupid, going for large cash, but we'll take that. And now we just have to focus on the objective. Let's move.
Got it.
Alright, so that's our debut. Any chosen feel like coming out? Seems like we're in the dark right now. So we have to get in here. We could also just shoot this canister, blow up the wall, and that way we don't... Well, wait, does that... That seems counterintuitive, to blow up this gas tank in order to prevent container detonation in 4 turns. I would say we probably just want to get in there and get it ourselves. That's what that looks like to me. Anyways, this is a great position. Yes, there are risks, but we'll take it.
As you order.
Alright. Yeah, so we could frag down the wall. But I think we have plenty of time. I'd rather just have everybody move into a smart position and maintain all our resources that we have available. Yeah, the question is, how far do we push? And I think I could just play on the rooftops. Yeah, I'm not sure what direction they'd be coming from is my biggest issue. Maybe somebody else should take a different roof, and that would at least we know, with the exception of these fellows, all enemies are going to be out in that area, so we can take like a pretty safe position here. So I think Mancini would be the best for that. It would still be a double move from him though. Okay. Yeah, Mancini or Wildshot can get up there, but that's not good for a ranger. Yeah, we'll do this. I think that gives us good intel. Even if we're not comfortable with these half-cover rooftops, we're gonna try it. He's got 5 HP too. I gotta keep that in mind. Alright, we're in the clear. So I think we'll just run up hard here, make sure we don't aggro anything else, and be clear. Good from there. Okay. As I say that, it looks like we have some friends. Oh, we got tattled on by drainpipe person. Alright, I could take this position here like that. 30-30. Not great odds. Wait a second. How many actions do I have? This was mid-round? Alright, so that's... They saw they saw the specialist running out. Oof, okay, I don't like that. So we definitely have to take some... Oh my gosh, she's so exposed. Okay, so we have to defense protocol on... She is the one that with defense protocol. Oh my god. Holy shit. How does... Alright. Pod activation is still something that takes a lot of time and experience to really get. I like this flank though. Even if... No, Butler's actually a pretty good shot. Yeah. If I'm gonna be threatening, I think like multiple positions are good, but this one's definitely the best.
Finally.
I don't have a flashbang, or I would absolutely be using that. But nah, pretty low chance to one-shot, all in all, but better than a frag grenade in terms of overall impact to the combat. So we'll go for it. See what happens. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Alright, and that guy's just like a shock trooper, right? If that's the case, I think we're okay. Flanking shot can still be pretty painful, but... Alright, let's see if we can get in a position where we can just take a blue shot. A regular shot. It looks like no. Anything that is in range is also exposed. But we can just like overwatch it, and there's some loot over there we could also take a look at. Fighting a war on two fronts isn't ever great, but all in all, I'm feeling okay. I think this could still work out pretty well.
Scanning.
I obviously would love it if she wasn't exposed in the middle of nowhere, but that's how it be sometimes. So it's either Overwatch or Reload. And not confident I'm gonna need the Reload. That's what we're talking about. Drop them quick. Wild child on the case. Holy shit, what is that? Well, well, well. It's time for alien hunting, apparently. Wow. Look at that health bar. That's absurd. What the... What am I looking at? Viper King. King of the Vipers. Alright, we have 60 health? Alright. That... I was not expected. Alright, let's see the abilities. 4 to 6 damage, plus 2 crit, 75 aim, 20% dodge built in, 2 armor built in, mobile. After suffering wounds or eliminating enemies, the alien ruler may choose to escape the battlefield. So he has to either be attacked... Okay, we just have to scare him off. The coils of a Viper are inhumanely strong and combine and crush an adjacent humanoid enemy. So he can just move and then crush within 14 range on a 2-turn cooldown. Alright. Viper King project an icy blast at long range to freeze enemies in place. Once per combat. And Viper's tongue and neck are immensely strong, blah, blah, blah. Tongue pull is kind of your standard thing. That's crazy. So I guess we just have to scare him off, but that's wild. So the lore of the Vipers is that they were the thin men in XCOM Enemy Unknown and Enemy Within. They'd stuff themselves into little suits and tried to infiltrate, but this is an entirely different beast. This is insane. Yeah, 20% dodge guaranteed. We have to go for some really reliable hits. 60% health. We really can't realistically chew through that easily. But if I flashbang it, is it immune just like the Chosen? I'm curious. There's a lot of things I don't know. I'm glad we cleaned up this pack, because dealing with them and this guy would be just too much. Already, I'm feeling like I'm gonna lose, like, have a wounded soldier very quickly. Yeah. I guess this guy can't attack and flashbang on the same turn, so we could pull him back a bit out of potential line of sight and then shoot the flashbang over. I think that's good. Yeah, this is a pretty good spot overall in terms of protection. I don't think that the Viper is coming out here, but you never know, really. Get out of here, guy. Yelling. Ruler reaction. They can take actions whenever I take an action. Alright, well, I'm going for the flashbang. And let's see if that disorient lasts more than just like one action. If it's just every action they effectively have a turn, that's pretty insane. So he's disoriented, but we'll have to see for how long. Alright, I've got Wrath, which pulls myself to the enemy, but I don't have Justice, which would be really nice, but apparently it's just OP to pull them out of cover like that. Still, I could just throw a frag at the car, and that could be breaking cover, being very dangerous for them. I'll ignore the objective for the moment, and just focus on whatever I can to this guy. So I think if I can take a cover position, that's probably the smartest thing I can do. And then let's check our grenade range. So right now, I would say it's going 2 spaces past, but this is more than 2 spaces back. So if I pull back, I won't be able to do this. And I did not take the perk that lets me grenade and then move, or grenade and then act. But if I walk here, I feel like that's going to be a good range. So let's try this. I am worried about stuff being over here, but seeing what I see now, I think that's less likely. So we'll take a chance here. Yeah, it reacts every time. It's disoriented for now, and it looks like it's staying that way. So I don't have to pull him out. He's coming to me. I still think blowing up the car is a good idea, and it will shred armor, but I could also try to go for one of my grenadiers. Well, this one just flashbanged, which I think still is a really good call. But yeah. And this says it shreds 1 armor, and then all my guys shred 1 more armor somehow. Subsequent shots on the same turn provide plus 10% crit chance. If on the same target, they also provide plus 10 hit. So if I double attack next turn, he's going to be in a pretty good spot. Obviously, we've got flanking now, so literally can't hit from here because of like line of sight stuff. But anywhere else, I'll be pretty good. Yeah, let's see the frag range. Not seeing it right now. That's okay. Can she get in a position where she can take a shot? It looks like no. Don't have running gun yet. So she's not in the best of spots either. But she seems to be coming towards us to an extent. So maybe my action has to be moving away, so that I don't just get blasted randomly. I think that makes sense. We'll do this. Disoriented, but still being a jerk. But she moved away from the car, which is bad for my frag grenades plan. I didn't think she moved that far, actually. Okay. What about over here? Can we throw a frag grenade this way? Looks like we can. Breaks her cover. Breaks her armor. That sounds pretty good. Just barely connects. I like that. Any risk to the guy above? I think we're okay there. Yeah, let's go for it. And she's in like super safe position, right? As far as her cover goes. Ooh, maybe not. She's in half cover. It's unlikely she's gonna lose that. But we also have like Wild Child not being kind of snuck up on, and now in a flank position. Yeah, we gotta, even with this disorient, I want to play this carefully. So I'm gonna move Wild Child, or I'm gonna go for a slash. Now, I can move and then slash a different time, but it will give an extra action. This is like all my actions in one. Yeah, I've never faced an enemy of this nature, so I don't really know the perfect way to approach it. I think moving... She has to move somehow, and I don't think slash is the play right now, so... We'll take cover. Okay, so now we're definitely in grenade range. Moving would... We're not in shot range, which is kind of good for us, actually. Because now we can just drop a frag in there if we have the angle for it. Which doesn't look like we do, but we can keep trying. She's actually moved away from characters like Mox, who won't be able to do much to her now. Hasegawa is also now in a weirder position. 59%. So yeah, the first thing I want to do is break the armor, because I don't have any armor piercing. But that's not an option this action. I've just been mostly deflanking my team. Oh yes, there is an option there. Oh, okay, I found the doorway. Let's go for a nice little pool shot here. Boom. Double shred. Made him mad. No reaction though. Is there a certain like cap on free actions? Because if that's the case, we have a flanked enemy that's about to have a very bad day. And Mox is probably just gonna have to go for objective because, yeah. But everybody else can see what they can do. Open, closed door. You can actually like close this thing. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm going for it. 93%. Didn't seem to like that. Alright, disorient is only for a certain number, but still misses at 55%. Lucky us. Alright, another shot. Good damage, but this thing has 60 health. That's such an absurd number. They just wanted to be like, what's an arbitrarily high, absolutely insane boss encounter level of damage? Oh, sure, why not? Yeah, it just starts with that. Cool. Alright. I mean, technically our specialist should be hacking this. I think. But really, what are our options here? So this is our only guy to move left. So I can just like reload or overwatch so he can fire more. Yeah, he's gonna have to reload eventually. I thought this I said the exact opposite last turn. I was like, he's not gonna have to reload, but he did get his overwatch off, and that means he's 1 ammo short comparatively. So I'm gonna do this and then see if I can do the hack from here next turn, and if not, then Mox can take it on. Or maybe we can get Hasagawa in there instead. But yeah, he's not doing many more shots this round. If like 1 ammo on this clip is not going to do anything to this wounded creature. Wait, what? So he doesn't act of his own volition? He just acts in reaction to me. Or no, all he did was move to retake cover. I guess it just didn't show it on the little cutscene thing. But he was more exposed, now he's less exposed. Interesting. Alright, looking at our support. She does not have any way of getting that, and Mox is right next to it. So it sounds like it's going to be Mox's job to handle that. So I can't really set up a good flank. I can do a sword slash, of course. Which is a good percentage, but it's 3 to 5 damage compared to like 6 to 8. I almost want to go for the higher percentage stuff. Yeah, I've never thought of an enemy acting on my turn as like a how to tactic around that. It's pretty crazy, to be honest. You can move up a bit, take full cover here. If she wants to try to flank, we'll have a response. Maybe? Not sure. We'll just, yeah, surround her. Yeah, I mean, that's how I would handle, like, in a situation in real life, right? Maybe. I wouldn't have seen something with inhuman reflexes doing all this nonsense. So, he's not got any grapple points. We have 2 turns left on this. We've definitely got to handle it. So, unless we're fragging the wall for our support to get in, which we're clearly not, let's just do it now. And then react to whatever else is happening. Because we're not in line of sight, does she not get a reaction? Alright, disarm detonator, resistance broadcast. So, guarantees to disarm this. No negative backlash. Obviously, we want to try to get income in the region. He's not going to be my hacker man, but the percentage is pretty low either way. So, not holding out hope there. Damn, got kind of close. Alright. We got the genetic sequencing data. Now we have the option of evac, but I'm kind of curious, you know, this... It talks about the advanced weapons and armor and items and stuff, and I'm curious if bringing one of these alien hunters down, if we're hunting aliens, if that will impact that positively. I imagine it would. I think we'll go for her 72% since I think that's going to be the best shot she's going to get this round. 73%. We can do better on or Endo for sure. So we'll do this. This is crazy. Let's go. Another 5. Another 5. Probably just end up wounding this thing, but oh, what's it doing? What's the frost breath? Summon the fuck? What in the world? This DLC is insane. Just casual black hole and rift, dimensional rift into the realm of the Vipers? Like, okay. Well, she's stuck there, no matter what we do now. Mancini's got some options, but they all kind of seem... Oh. This is more feasible. Yeah, so you can't just walk up on them and be like, yeah, I'm going to hit you, because that's not how this works. You can blow up the floor beneath him in order to get to her. So if he does this, I can't see because of how the angle works, but I'm positive that it's not going to work out very well. Just only 3 to 4 damage, and oh, I can see it now. Technically, doesn't blow up the floor that he's on, but it also removes all cover for him, as she's just going to be able to shoot right up to him. So I think going here is going to be more intelligent, by far. She's scared. He, I guess it's a king, right? Oh god, I'm scared. Oh. Okay, XCOM gained 2 ability points. The ruler escaped. I thought it was opening a gate. I guess I should have reread the skills of names, but I thought it was opening a pit of vipers there. That's renewed everything. So, well, I guess at the end of this round we should. Oh, okay. I think this is worth grabbing just in case the map doesn't end. Even if it does put the soldier at risk a bit, I think... Oh, this is good, right? This should still be technically... Doesn't say it is. But I'm gonna say it's in the square and complain if it's not.
On it.
Illyrium core and advanced scope. Advanced scope's nice.
I've got the loot.
Yeah, you do. Alright, Mancini. Yeah, I think we just overwatch on anything that comes out. We don't know where it would come from anyways. And I just want to see what happens if I open closed door. Yeah. For what it's worth.
I'm on it.
Anything?
Status confirmed.
Alright, all hostiles down.
And the area is secure.
5 enemies killed, 0 soldiers wounded, flawless rating. 1 guy escaped, but we definitely sent him something to remember. I think we could have done a little bit more damage with like the shotgun shot if we had known he was escaping, but like, I'm fine with that. Especially our first time encountering one of these things. That's pretty cool. Alright, Operation Demon Gods was a success.
Officials revealed today's maneuver by local peacekeepers was a planned exercise. Citizens should not be alarmed. All weapon fire and wounds were simulated to better train Advent forces.
That's a good excuse. Alright. Well, we have the questionable genetic material, and we'll use it to our advantage, presumably. Advent will fall.
I doubt we've seen the last of Valen's little experiment, Commander. Best stay on our toes. It could show up again at any time.
Interesting. So Valen is to blame for this, which would be I believe the researcher from the last one. She went into, she did like genetic stuff. She was talking about it with, when you unlock, I think the meld stuff. Yeah, going into like psionic genetic mutations. Maybe she was employed by the Advent. We'll never know because we didn't do that mission, but it's kind of cool. Bond, buddy. What's he got? He's friends with Endo? Of course he is. Everyone wants to be friends with Endo. Who just got promoted. And has got 30 AP now. Fantastic. I need a training center to even know what these are, unfortunately. But we're definitely going run and gun. There's no question about it. Melee enter concealment once per mission. Kind of works with Shadow Strike a little bit, but most likely we'll just reskill Shadow Strike to something else. And yeah, run and gun is absolutely the play. It doesn't tell me the cooldown, but run and gun was my favorite ability in the first one. And +1 health makes Wild Child will be more likely to survive. Shredder, no doubt. And yeah, 1 tired soldier is all we walk away. We get 3 repeaters. Interesting. I guess if that works in the second, a different slot in the scope, then totally good. We got the Trooper Corpse. We needed that. Now we can upgrade our armor. Hell yeah. Yeah, 10% aim as well. Very cool. Very exciting.
You have done an outstanding job leading the Resistance, Commander.
Aww. Let's go. Pray tell Mox and Sakura Endo. Yeah, you better respect. Because these two have been through some good missions together. Yeah, we'll see what they come up with. Shoulder to shoulder. I'm not going to edit it, but we'll stick with it. It's fun to get a little variety in the pictures. And not have so many dead characters in them as well would be nice. It's painful memories. Alright. So, what I want to do is I want to go to engineering.
Commander?
I want to go to build items. I want to go to armor. And I want to wonder where the heck we get one more alloy is. Oh no. Alright. No, we can't spend the alloys on this. We need it for the armor. What is this? Okay, so this is new stuff. Tempest Gauntlets to improve the Templars. And Mag Auto Pistol. So they have 2 weapons. They have a melee weapon and they have a ranged weapon. So they kind of spread it out. So obviously it's not like the full cost. Like this is 100 supplies, 10 alloys. This is 40 plus 25 and 5 plus 2. So it's more reasonable, especially for like more of a niche class. It said we were... Oh, okay. What is this stuff? Bolt Caster. 35 supplies. The Bolt Caster has a chance to stun. So it's like a basher. Cannot be duplicated or replaced. Who wields it? Is that a utility? Maybe it's a utility item? Yeah, I think it might be like a utility. These might be utility items. Frost Bomb. Rely on as of yet unidentified chemical agent. These handheld explosives seem capable of instantaneously reducing the ambient temperature of the surrounding area. So a freeze bomb. So you get exactly one of each of these unique weapons. Honed to an incredible degree, these innately crafted throwing axes are compact enough for our soldiers to engage with from long range. So you get a ranged axe, you get like a thrown weapon, you get a freeze bomb, which you definitely want to put on a grenadier. Then you get a stun, chance to stun, and then you get this. Although it may appear old-fashioned compared to our latest designs, this pistol is remarkably accurate, showing that even the most experienced of our soldiers will strike their intended target. There's also a chance they could kill the target and escape undetected. So it's like a kill from concealment, high potential weapon, like 100% hit rate maybe. Pretty cool. All very cool. But I'm still even more emphatic about just getting this armor upgrade. It's so important. Yeah, we're gonna focus on that. And
Things are slim, but I'm hoping we find a few more recruits who can handle a wrench. I could use the
we're
help.
pretty good on engineers. We got 3, which means we can get like 4 total with the gremlins. Curious, facilities? It doesn't give me the option of just looking if there's new facilities. I really just want to know if there's like new stuff I can build. I just want to see the list of it in case I need it for like mechs or something. But yeah. Intel. Not now. We got some alloys to get. Right?
Your Templar friends are no different than countless
I
other
don't even know them.
themselves obsessed with
I just got here. Give me. Oh, come on.
Commander, the aliens
Yeah. Give me alloys.
If we're going
Please.
to slow them down, we'll
Yes.
need to move fast.
Located.
Okay. Not now. We'll get there in a second. We're busy getting the most important upgrade that I've been working towards. That's not it.
Just
Where
give
is
the
it?
word and I'll get started, Commander.
Let's go. All right.
Predator armor should give our soldiers increased longevity in the field.
I don't know if that's aptly named. It does the exact opposite of what I would think of when I hear the word predator. But that's fine. Now we know how many supplies we have, and we can decide what we want to do with this stuff. Feel like upgrading the sharpshooter stuff is important. So, I'm thinking of going gunslinger builds with my remaining sharpshooters. Seems like a good option. And would kind of negate some need for some of the rifle, but I still think I'm going to be using the rifle a lot. It's just about priorities. What do I want to prioritize right now? I'm not sure. I think that the main things that I want to get is I want to make sure that when I finish this autopsy that I can build. Yeah, I'll wait 16 hours. I'll wait till my next mission, then I can build all this stuff like instantly, I believe. And if not, we'll figure it out. So engineers 1, 2, 3, 4. We're good there. And then resistance comms is about to be online. Then we can start scanning for
Man
peoples.
would be proud of what we've managed to do here. What
I just wish he had lived long enough to see us fight back. To
So
know that it wasn't all for nothing.
Trust me, he knows. If there was one thing your father always kept in mind, it was his faith in you.
if I'm going to Western Europe, most likely, then I probably just want to stay here. But that's such a minor thing. In 15 hours, though, I will probably want to be going that direction. So I think gaining intel is better than going for a rumor, but only by a small margin. Have we gone to the black market this month? I just realized we haven't. Okay, let's go by black market for sure.
New course.
We just got some intel too. We have 300 intel. Now we don't know how much it costs to get here, but I think it's like 80 or something. Let's see what we got. So we can buy all this stuff. We can buy an advanced, a health PCS, focus PCS, which is only for Templar, a bunch of supplies, a scientist, warlock info. I like that. I hate this guy. Rush research fiber autopsy. So this gives us better medkits. I like that. Man, black market is so interesting because I think all of them have value. All of them are important to me, but like, and I've been doing pretty good on my intel farm. But I'm also planning on doing like 2 or 3 contacts very soon. So it's kind of hard for me to like commit. Let's see. Nanoscale vest. Yes, I'm getting predator armor. I've got predator armor now, so I kind of want to keep these. It says 1 in inventory. I should have 2. Maybe I don't. Yeah, now that I have... Now I feel like I want all these utility... But I just got like potentially 4 new utility items. So this could effectively be like a frost bomb or whatever. It's a tough call. I'm gonna have a health upgrade regardless, I think, with the new armor. So I think I can drop the nanoscale. And then I can get all these new things, new toys. How much, do we know how much it costs? It's based on like relay bounces and stuff like that too. Surely I want to buy at least one of these things, right? I don't know about crystals. There's a lot of Illyrium. It, like, doubles my Illyrium, but I don't really know what that's for necessarily yet. Actually, I think once I get the proving grounds, I should be able to, like, pump some new hard... So this is like a new tech tree kind of resource, and you don't really get them that often, so... Honestly, I'm tempted on literally all of these things. The alloys will let me finish up my weapon and armor upgrades. I mean, I got 19, so I guess I've got them enough, but, like, then I'll be out of alloys, and I'll be worried about that side of things. Like, every single... They did a really good job with Black Market. Every single one of these is like, oh man, I kind of wish I had that. Maybe not the advanced stock. Not really worth any intel. Maybe not the PCSs in this case. But... everything else. Wait, it says halves, hunt, chosen, covert action time. Yeah, I gotta remember with these, it doesn't give them to me for free. If I could just have psionics, I would get this even for 90 intel. If I could just get to level the next rank on the warlock chosen hunt, then I would just do that. But because we're not currently actively hunting the warlock right now, we're focused on her, and because it only cuts the time in half, which is only like 3.5 days of covert ops, I'm not pushing that. So really, I'm looking at scientist, which is like a 20% boost to all researches. We like it, but it's not like have to have it kind of thing. The supplies kind of feels value. It's tough. It's a tough call. I like alloys, I like crystals, I like supplies, I like scientist. I think at the very least I've narrowed it down quite a bit. We're still at, relatively speaking, the early game. I think getting an earlier scientist will just help all of our research chains. So because I didn't go for a lab, I could use scientists a bit more. So I'm more confident going for this. But in doing so, I only have 207 intel. I've got 3 locations opening up. I also have to remember I get a supply drop in 11 days. There's no way I'm contacting 3 different groups in 11 days. I probably am only contacting 1. So I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy scientist. 17% reduction is still great. I was expecting more diminishing returns, honestly. And then I kind of want to go for both of these. Is that dumb? I think going for all 3 of these, alloys, crystals, and supplies, is too much. Because that is totaling up to 105 of my 207 intel. That's too much. But I think I can definitely get away with 2 out of 3. I wish I had the proving grounds to actually know what the crystals do, but I feel like they are going to be important towards, like, getting specific upgrades I want. The alloys, 32 is a lot of alloys, but I have 19. And the 109 supplies, I'm going to get a supply drop. And I can always buy another set later. I think I'm going pretty good on my supply chain. Let's just do alloys and crystals and just get the mats and see what we can do with it. Is this too much? Am I just burning intel for no reason? Maybe. But we're doing it. And now we're just waiting to make contact with Western Europe. It doesn't let me, right? It says make contact, you need reach maximum capacity. 80 intel, I should have read this first, but I'm comfortable with that number. Actually, I'm not, because I know the next one's going to be even more expensive intel-wise. Shoot. Oh well. Yeah, I got 15 hours, and it takes like 3 to get here. So I feel like I might as well just get like 1 tick on the intel and move on. I didn't mean to do that. I misclicked. Shoot. 1, 2, 3. Well, we're here now. This thing expires in 16 days. 7 days remaining. An engineer is sweet too, but at least we got the gremlin stuff going. Once we upgrade our workshop, I don't think our engineer situation is all that bad. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but... Yeah, I think this is going to be more directly impactful than just going to Reaper HQ. And now that I'm here, I might as well.
These findings will likely prove crucial to our ongoing efforts, Commander.
Continue. Mimic beacon. Mimic beacon generates a holographic decoy to draw enemy attacks for 1 turn. It is deployed like a grenade thrown to the site where the decoy will appear. Okay, so it's pretty flexible.
Merely another construct of alien genetic tampering.
Inspired datapad decryption. I could use that. I did kind of say I was going to go for this Advent Officer autopsy and finally get the Skulljack stuff going. But I need this intel pretty soon, and this is inspired right now, and it's only 2 days.
The science is eager to begin, Commander.
We equipped ourselves with scientists. We're not going to be like in a research debt, so we'll get our stuff pretty soon. We're going to very quickly be able to get this and the resistance comms, and then I feel like I'm up to speed on what I really want to accomplish at this stage research-wise. Alright, now we give this 2 hours.
Resistance communications facility now operational.
+1 resistance. I thought, for some reason, I thought this was +3. But I guess it's when you engineer it. Increases +2. Okay, that's what it is. So it is 1 right now. And I hit this button and it'll be +2. But since I'm not, I can't go for 2 contacts at once, I might as well just put this guy somewhere else. Do I have any rookies to train? Nope. Probably should hire some rookies, but... Okay, so how long would this take? Yeah, so either I can speed up the power relay, but the only reason I would do that is to then upgrade the workshop, which is unnecessary, I would say. Oh yeah, the resistance ring upgrade sounded promising too. What was that?
What can I do for you, Commander?
Alright, what's this do again? Unlock an additional slot for XCOM to assign resistance orders. So you just get another wildcard order, which is kind of nice. This gives you another slot. And then we're definitely going to upgrade this power relay if that's appropriate. I feel like just clearing debris is definitely going to be the go-to, though, for an engineer right now. That's kind of what their main thing is.
Muttering to himself in one of the corridors. I'm not sure he even noticed me. Bradford trusts him, but I'm still keeping my eyes open.
I think the exposed power coil ones are better. But from what I heard, you want to put like Shadow Vault and like Psionic Lab or something here, and I'm not building either of those anytime soon. Okay, you can get crystals a lot easier than I expected. Maybe that was a waste. Whatever, let's just clear here. It'll be great. Okay. The gremlin is free. So we'll go take this guy out of here. Put a gremlin there instead. I was going to go here. I think I said I was going to put this guy over to power relay. And that would give me power to do something like upgrade one of these, maybe? Also curious how much time it takes to upgrade. I think keeping somebody here is important. We don't have enough power for it anyway, so yeah, that's the deal. If I sit somebody in there, then I can get a workbench, which then allows me to sit somebody here and get power to this, then upgrade this. This weird chain of events. End of the day, I want to start building something. I'm okay with just putting a guy down here. It just comes down to what this last engineer is doing, which is probably this. +5 power, which then allows us to either spend 100 supplies on this, or 40 supply, or 150 supplies on this. That's a lot of supply, honestly, to upgrade the workshop. You only do it once, and then you're getting like double engineer value from them. And they're sitting and chilling the powered relay. They're chilling over here in the infirmary or whatever. It's all pretty good, and you're getting a lot more resistance comm value as well. So this cannot be upgraded. It's kind of the thing that surprises me. I was hoping that you could like put 2 engineers into here, get more comms, but obviously that's just OP. Probably gonna have to get another resistance comms. I didn't factor that in either. Yeah.
If you want to know the truth about the Templars, I suspect they all might be completely mad. Yes, we've all seen their power, but I don't think I've ever met one I'd call rational. Then again, many people would question the ways of the Reaper as well.
Hey, Commander.
Yeah, I really just need to figure out what I'm doing with my supplies, which of these little side weapons I'm getting, or long-term weapon upgrades I'm getting. These kind of seem pretty cool. And they're like one-offs, so that to me, like balance-wise, it feels like these are more valuable because you're only supposed to have one of them. You got an axe. So do this. I still have enough for Boltcaster plus one plus the upgrade if I want to go for the workshop. So then I would go to engineering, build facilities, upgrade this, additional workbench. But then I'm lacking an engineer to put in that workbench. I don't know how long that takes either. And also it reduces my income by 40, effectively. And we don't really have enough. Yeah, I'm confusing the hell out of myself what I should be doing right now. I actually don't think the workshop upgrade is all that important to me at this moment in time. Do I want to go for this? Costs 130 effectively, and then 30 every time after that. But resistance orders are pretty good. You get double shred, you get the stealthy one. I mean, I feel like over time we're going to gain reputation where +1 XCOM resistance orders doesn't actually matter that much. But at this stage it is pretty impactful. Because I literally only have one. I think I'll hold off for now. Though the fact that it costs like more every month is what's kind of deterring me. The one-time cost isn't really that bad for me, but continuous costs every single time while I'm still don't have all my weapon upgrades that I could be getting seems pretty silly. So yeah, we're gonna stop waffling. We're gonna go here. We're gonna be at max power. We're gonna start clearing some debris. More likely gonna start building into this one next, so this is where we'll clear next. 20 days. All set. So we have 2 gremlins here. Oh! Where's the bonus that... For some reason I thought this was reducing the Chosen's progress. Like they didn't level up as quickly. But it's actually just covert actions slows that stuff down. Makes it faster for us to do all the covert actions, which is super important.
We already have forces deployed on a covert action, Commander.
Okay.
Won't be able to initiate another operation until the
What is this?
current
5 days. So that black market would have just given me 2.5 days of progress on something. That's not that big. Alright. Let's just go ahead and make our new contact in Western Europe and be happy. And by that... Yeah, so we have to leave this behind. But we get to go here. And get some money. So it takes 5 to 7 days. Our supply drop is in 11 days. This couldn't come at a better time. That's a lot of money.
Commander, we've utilized all of our available communications capacity. We can't.
And it helps us work our way towards Eastern Europe, which would then allow us to deal with the Avatar project stuff.
Attempting to establish local regional contact.
Alright, so... Does this last for a month or permanently? Good to know. Alright, doesn't tell me. 2 weeks until the facility is constructed, 3 weeks until a retaliation.
When inspired, our team is actually quite efficient.
I am ready to begin on your order, Commander.
Didn't tell me what I got out of it, but it's doing a decent amount of intel. Maybe like 20 or something. Alright. Either we go for resistance radios, which lets us set up relays. We go for Viper, which improves our medkits. We need an Advent Mech breakdown? What the heck does that? I know that we have the Advent Mech corpse. What's a breakdown? Anyways, this improves hacking. This reduces the cost of further comms. I don't know if it takes time to build a relay. I don't think it does, but just in case, I think it's probably good to get this early.
I agree. That is an important task, Commander.
Alright. Scanning time. Alien debris in 14 hours. Cleared.
Maximum power consumption reached.
Yeah. Okay, so now we can't build anything here unless we put a guy there. But what do we want to build here? We got training center, resistance comms, infirmary, lab, training center. So if I'm mapping out what I still want to build, we got like Shadow Lab, Psionics Lab, Proving Grounds, Infirmary, Training Center, and one more, which would probably be another set of resistant comms. And then we have to like move the power relay somewhere, so I don't know. I feel like we're filling up with all this stuff to the point we end up like late game even just getting rid of the workshop, which is a shame, but I see why people aren't recommending the lab and the workshop as much, just because they're not mandatory and you only have so much to work with resource-wise. But I'm happy to have the gremlins right now. I have the engineers available, so now I can put some... Oh, I have the gremlins available. Okay. So yeah, this is where it becomes a little bit more limited, right? Because this dude is gremlining like mad for these 3 areas. And once this is done, then my power will increase, and then I can start building. So the question is, do I want to just speed up this power relay, or do I want to sit in this power relay and build this? And I can build a facility without a... Man, I'm confusing the heck out of myself. I can build a facility without an engineer. It's just slow. So if I have an engineer sitting here, by picking this guy up and putting him here, that works. Just for 6 days. And then I'll reset it. So it's either 3 days where I'm building 0 things, or 6 days where I'm building this but slowly. Well, it should be obvious, right? Because I'm not using resistance comms. These gremlins aren't doing anything. I might as well empty this out and head them over here. And in so doing, can start building this. I guess I'm worried... No, I can always take this guy off for a second. I'm worried that, like, technically by leaving this power relay, I'm screwing myself over, but this guy's flexible, so we should be fine. Let's go ahead and figure out what we want to build. Infirmary can remove negative combat traits. Resistance comms can allow us to... Wait, is this the same thing as this? Oh, never mind. I was thinking of the relays. Oh, that's the tech I just got. Okay. My brain is scrambled eggs. Then, this is power relay. Okay. So yeah, it really comes down to training center or infirmary right now then. And between those two, I think infirmary is really good, but training center is like mandatory. We need this. 12-day build time. Let's get it started. And that'll help us get new skills for our soldiers. Using their extra AP. Their AP is actually, for non-resistant soldiers, AP is actually useless right now. It's only useful once we get this training center. So, let's get the training center. Alright. Now, 20 years later, we figured that out. And 3 days we'll have a radio completed. Let's go.
Advent isn't exactly known for
Oh
being
boy.
so I'd love to find out how they pulled off this ambush.
The soldiers we deployed on a covert action were ambushed by Advent forces. An emergency exfiltration is required. This includes the assassin herself, the Wraithblade. So they know that we're there looking for her hideout. And now she's attacking us in return. Alright, this is scary. This is so scary. Yeah, I guess we don't really have a choice. I can't even like pull out right now, so emergency extraction of covert XCOM operatives. Our soldiers have been ambushed during the undertaking of a covert action. Immediate extraction by the Sky Ranger is required. Operation Knife Killer. She's gonna have the Lost on her side. She's very familiar with how to manipulate them. Scary shit. There's no like launching. I'm just gonna, since I'm trying to do one mission per episode, what I'm gonna do is save and quit here. But let's go ahead and see what we see what the situation is down on the ground. We sent some pretty high-profile operatives down here as well, so they are at risk. I believe we sent Reaper because we sent the Reaper because she does bonus damage to the Chosen if that ends up being required. I believe Baldwin's also on this mission. So those two are basically our two most important characters, and they are now in danger.
You've got no time to waste.
Terrifying.
Take cover and move to the extraction point on the double.
And I just hit P, and I called down a Sky Ranger, and the mission is over. GG. Alright, we got some time to... Wow. We got the Lost. We're in a city. We've got a Chosen hunting us, and we got to get all the way over here, like 10 miles away. Well, that is going to be a very interesting mission. We got ourselves one Specialist, one Reaper, one Grenadier, and we got a hell of a gauntlet to run. Well, that is going to be a fun mission, but it is not going to be one that we take on tonight. We're going to be saving. We're going to be calling it a night, and we are going to be waiting at the edge of our seats to see what happens in Operation Knife Killer. Have a good night.